This segment of Powerboat Super League Racing is brought to you by La Roche College, learning that brings your world together.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh as our coverage of Powerboat Super League Racing at the 2010 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta continues, and the fans continue to pour into the city and to the North Shore for all of the regatta events, especially Powerboat Super League F3 Racing. Let's take a look at how they're going to line up for the race. In the catbird seat on the pole, the guy who won here last year, Brent Dillard. But right next to him, our defending North American champion, Mike Hooper. Tammy Wolf-Jacob, Carol Reno, and Dan Bunting round out the top five. We now go dockside, seconds before the race. This is the calm before the storm, waiting for the green flag to fly, and it does! And Powerboat Super League, once again, is underway in Pittsburgh. The fleet of Formula 3 boats flies onto the course as Brent Dillard leads them to the commitment buoy. Right on board with Carol Reno and now Mike Hooper as they pass onto the Fort Duquesne Bridge and fly into turn 3. There's your leader, Brent Dillard. He's picking up right where he left off, and Tammy Wolf-Jacob has moved alongside of Mike Hooper for second. Our defending North American champion is under assault by that pink 8-boat as Tammy Wolf-Jacob shows some serious horsepower, and she's battling for second early in the race. Side by side, they come under the bridge, and Tammy Wolf-Jacob is going to hold second place as they start lap 1 of 20 here in Pittsburgh. But whoa, she goes way wide out of turn 2, and here comes the magic man, Mike Hooper, back into second place. Just like that, race fans in the blink of an eye. But whoa, Tammy Wolf-Jacob says, no sir, I'm not giving up. She rides back out on the outside, and she's ready to challenge our North American champion once again for position. Brent Dillard moves ahead, but they go side by side again out of turn 4. Fans on the North Shore getting a special treat early in the race as both boats lift their noses way high in the water, and they go side by side again across the start-finish line. Second place position. This time it goes to Mike Hooper. He holds that coveted territory, that inside line of any oval, and he takes off with the position with Tammy Wolf-Jacob after a hard-fought battle, right now settling into third. Now as Mike Hooper moves ahead and solidifies his position in second, we catch up with our leader, the vibrant thing, Brent Dillard out of South Carolina. If you're a fan of boat racing here in Pittsburgh, race fans, you know this young man very well. He's your defending race winner. And look at him skip across the top of the water, speeds in excess of 85 miles an hour, and he's trying to check out early. He's very familiar with these waters in Pittsburgh, knows how rough they are, and he wants to take advantage of it while it's still reasonably smooth. There's our second place driver, Mike Hooper, your defending North American champion. Goes by the nickname of the Magic Man, driving Black Magic. Hooper finished second behind Dillard in Championship Series points last year for the Formula 3s and Powerboat Super League. And he's struggling here early, trying to catch up to the vibrant thing as that orange 80 boat checks out. There's the leader right now heading into turn 1. You can see the distance he's putting between himself and the rest of the field. There's second place Mike Hooper now leading into turn 1. And Tammy Wolf-Jacob, after a spirited run for second, she's now in third. Skipping crossbar. Whoa, had a little bit of trouble coming out of turn 2. And she's got to be careful because behind her is the 16 boat of Carol Reno, a veteran driver. She'll pounce right on that opportunity. Tammy Wolf-Jacob was the buzz in the pits, heavy on her this weekend. She is coming out strong. Everybody said watch for her in qualifying, and she did not disappoint. Riding along now with Carol Reno, and boy, you can see how they fight to keep these boats going in a straight line as they fly under the Fort Duquesne Bridge. Carol's currently in fourth. And whoa, she lifts the boat up out of the water a little bit as they go through turns 1 and 2. Carol Reno, the first ever recipient of Powerboat Super League's Iron Woman Award. She raced 30 consecutive races with Powerboat Super League and earned that coveted title. Veteran driver, she's been in the top 10 in points every year since joining Powerboat Super League in 1998. She's off to a good run again today. Catching up with our fifth place driver now is Chip Wavero from Sparta, Georgia. Race fans in Pittsburgh are familiar with this guy, or maybe at least the bottom of his boat, because last year in the race, he blew over right about there, causing the caution to come out with 6 laps to go in the race, and taking himself out of the race as well. Looks like he's got that boat back into shape, and it's good to see him back out on the water. As he leaves turn 2 and heads down the backstretch, putting his foot back in the throttle, lifting the boat up out of the water. As we catch up to our leader, and guys, he's already going into turn 1 himself, and now 2 has a little bit of trouble out of 2, but I tell you what, I think he could stop the boat and restart it. He's got such a lead over the field right now. And Another dominating performance from the vibrant thing, Brent Dillard. And oh no, second place, Mike Cooper, our defending North American champions, out of the race. They're saying he has engine trouble, so Tammy Wolf-Jacob now moves into the second place spot, but Carol Reno's trying to move on the inside. Tammy Wolf-Jacob wisely moves to the inside, sends some spray towards Carol, and takes that inside line as they head into turn 3. No time to waste for Tammy Wolf-Jacob as she goes through turns 3. Whoa, has trouble in turn 4. Let's see if Carol Reno can take advantage. Carol Reno shoots out to the outside, tries to use the clean water, but once again, that pink 8 boat, whatever they did in the off-season, she's got the horsepower to be in contention as she pulls away from Carol Reno. And now Tammy Wolf-Jacob into turn 1, and she shoots high into turn 1. Carol Reno moves to the inside, and now out of 2. They're side by side, but Carol Reno moves into second, leaving Tammy Wolf-Jacob in third. Tammy Wolf-Jacob has the power down the straightaways, but she hits the turn and she's had some trouble. She moves back to within 2 boat lengths, but Carol Reno has that inside line, back on the throttle. Tammy Wolf-Jacob spins in turn 4. Tammy Wolf-Jacob in that pink 8 boat spun in turn 4, but they had enough lead that she was able to get back going. Meanwhile, there's your leader, Brent Dillard. He's way out in front. We're going to have to take a break. Brent Dillard continues to lead, but we've got plenty of racing left. More from Pittsburgh right after these words.
This segment of Powerboat Super League Racing is brought to you by the American Powerboat Association. Learn more at apba-racing.com.
Welcome back to Powerboat Super League Racing here at the 2010 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta. We catch up with our leader now, Brent Dillard, in that bright orange 80 boat. Absolutely dominating this weekend, guys. He was the fastest qualifier, earning the pole position, shot off the dock in first, put the pedal to the metal, and has not looked back. He has lapped boat after boat, on his way to what he hopes is his second win in a row in Pittsburgh and his second North American Championship title. Now we catch up with the lone Pennsylvanian in the fleet, Toby Hood. The number 64 boat is out of McConnellstown, Pennsylvania, up around Altoona in the Racetown Lake area. Toby is our 2008 Rookie of the Year, but it looks like that new boat is still giving him some fits. He's having a hard time getting it dialed in this week. He qualified a disappointing 6th off the dock, and now rides in 7th. I think he was hoping for a little bit more out of that boat and his performance here in Pittsburgh, since this is his hometown race. Now we catch up with the Monster Man, driver of the Monster Energy Drinks boat, Dan Bunting, out of Columbus, Ohio. Consistently voted one of the best-looking boats in the fleet. That Monster Energy Drinks boat is currently running 5th. Dan Bunting, a third-year driver out of the Columbus, Ohio area, looking for a career day here in Pittsburgh, running well on the Allegheny. Now he has to contend with the second-place boat of Carol Reno. As we hop on board with her, boy, you can see she runs an open cockpit boat gang. All that spray going right into her face, and yet she still manages to maintain control of that boat, fly through the turns, and now back on the front stretch. Carol Reno is part of 2 husband-wife teams we have on the circuit with us. Her husband is familiar to Powerboat Super League Racing fans here in Pittsburgh. Her husband is Jeff the Jet Reno, who won the Formula 2 feature here last year. The other couple, Tammy Wolf-Jacob in that pink 8 boat, currently riding in 3rd. Her husband, Mark Jacob, is our defending series champion in the Red 7 in the Formula 2 ranks. So always good to see families out here. Once again, picking up with our leader all the way in turn 1 and 2, and he's putting our 3rd place boat, Tammy Wolf-Jacob, a lap down. Ladies and gentlemen, Brent Dillard has lapped all but one of the boats in the fleet today. Again, the word dominating doesn't even come close to describing his efforts here today in Pittsburgh. Now we catch up with one of the 2 rookies in the fleet today, the number 75 boat of Dana Toms. Racing out of Huntington, West Virginia, Dana's boat colors and numbers signify and represent the 75 members and fans of the football team from Marshall killed in a plane crash back on November 14th, 1970. Great to see him in the fleet. And right behind him, great to see the European champion in the fleet today, Yvonne Koenig, and we caught up with her to get her comments about the rough waters of the Allegheny here in Pittsburgh.
A little bit rough. It's really heavy to drive here. I have never seen so rough river in Germany, so it For me, it's very, very difficult because I never driven this kind of boat before.
Well, thanks, Yvonne. Hope you had a good time here in Pittsburgh, and I hope you learned something from this guy. Brent Dillard is on the final lap. White flag is in the air, and our defending series champion is starting off right where he left off in last year with a win here in Pittsburgh. One more time through turns 3 and 4, and back on the front stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Your winner again in Pittsburgh, the vibrant thing from Dalzell, South Carolina, Brent Dillard. And wrapping up a historic podium, second place, Carol Reno. Third place, Tammy Wolf-Jacob. And for the first time in Powerboat Super League history, 2 females on the podium. We'll have the historic podium ceremony when we come back to Pittsburgh right after this.